Here we are at the port of Ramsgate, and it's almost 2 years to the day since the last Trans-Europa ferry steamed out of here, owing the taxpayers of Thanet £3.4 million, which we're all having to pay through our council tax. And this place is really just like a ghost town now. The only trade going through the port since Trans-Europa ferry stopped operating is the cruel and barbaric live animal export trade, which comes here every couple of weeks, and a little bit of trade from the aggregate company Brett's, which have rent out a facility at the end of the harbour. So that's all that's been happening in the 2-year period since Trans-Europa ferry ceased trading. The council say they're trying to find another ferry to operate from the port, but 2 years on they've not found anyone. In the meantime, the council taxpayers of Thanet are paying about £1 million a year to keep this port open, even though there's very little activity. That's over £500,000 in staff wages, that's repair and maintenance, rental to the Duchy of Cornwall, the electric, the business rates, and that's what's going out. The trade that happens here hardly comes close to covering the costs of keeping it open. So we do really need to look at a new future for the port, something different which will make the port pay its way, which will generate surplus income that can be reinvested, and that will create jobs and business opportunities for local people. And it's no good doing what the council are trying to do, and that's reinvent the past. It's absolutely impossible for this derelict port here in Ramsgate to compete on ferry, on freight with Dover. Here's the port, and as you can see, there's absolutely nothing going on in here. The place is deserted, no ships, no activity, and this is more or less what it's been like for the last 2 years. Big port, nothing happening, no ships, no business going on here, and it really is a wasted opportunity, a massive wasted opportunity. With investment in this area, you could really quite easily turn it into a major modern marina that will complement the harbour next to it. And I can just see in my mind that you could have hundreds of ships of different sizes, leisure ships, working ships, coming in and using this marina every day of the week, every week of the year. It really would attract in hundreds, if not thousands, of visitors over the course of the year, and those visitors will be going out into Ramsgate, spending money in the local bars and restaurants, buying supplies, having their ships repaired, their boats repaired, and really that could create hundreds of jobs in the local community. I really think the possibilities of what could happen by turning the port into a marina are endless, and the opportunities are fantastic. And you've only got to look further down the coast. There's very successful marinas in Worthing, in Eastbourne, in Brighton. They're doing really good business. The interesting thing about having a marina in Ramsgate, the marina would be right in the centre of town, unlike Brighton, where you've got 3 or 4 miles journey to make to get into town. So you'd be parking up your boat or your ship, and then you'd be straight out into the town centre for a night out, for some socialising, to do the business that you need to do. I think it would be absolutely fantastic. It will cost a lot of money, absolutely it will. But the council can start looking for private sector partners who know about marinas, who know about the maritime business, who may invest jointly with the council. The council can borrow money. And I really feel that if you don't speculate, if you don't think out of the box and use your vision, we're just going to be left with an empty port for a generation or longer. It's a chance we've got to take now. We've got to start thinking differently, and I really feel passionately that using this fantastic seafront we've got, using this piece of port that's not used now, we can really kickstart the economy of Ramsgate, create jobs for our youngsters, training opportunities, create opportunities for local businesses, and the local economy will really thrive. It's been proved in other places, and I think we should be able to prove it quite easily here in Ramsgate. Port of Dover on a Saturday morning, and you can just see how busy it is, how many vehicles are going in. It's an incredibly busy and successful port, and there's absolutely no way that the Port of Ramsgate, even if it had a ferry service back, could compete with Dover. And this is the beginning of a new future for Dover. They're investing in here £150 million over the next couple of years, so it's going to become even busier, even bigger. Its capacity is going to be greater, and it's going to become a lot more competitive. Ramsgate hasn't got a chance against this. It's about time we thought about alternatives like the modern marina. About 18 months ago, Thanet District Council decided to have a consultation on the future of the Port of Ramsgate, but that consultation was secretive. They invited selected groups to come along and talk to them. There was no general consultation with the public, no advertising of the fact that they wanted ideas about the future of the port. It was a selected group of organisations who were involved in the process, not the public of Ramsgate. This is one of the most important pieces of infrastructure in Ramsgate. The report that came out was very limited in its recommendations about the future of the port. I say what we need, if we're talking about how the port can be developed, is a proper public consultation where the people of Ramsgate are asked for their views on what should be happening here and how it can best be used for the benefit of the local community.